Yeah, we'll do that. Greetings and salutations. As you can see from the intro, I'm going to jack the back of the truck up a little bit. The green Jeep sits a little bit low in the back, whereas the blue Jeep, I think, has a little more of an aggressive forward stance. It's kind of, the camera doesn't show it, but it's kind of leaning downhill a little bit right now. It's, the back end of the Jeep is lower than the front. I mean, it's sitting like this on the ground because the ground's not, anyway. I don't have any history on what kind of lift kit is on the blue Jeep. I know it's got factory upper control arms, non-adjustable lower tubular control arms from Skyjacker, and probably Skyjacker springs, Skyjacker shocks. And I'm willing to bet, if I were a betting man, I'm willing to bet that the rear spring is a bastard pack. And I do know the history of the lift kit that's on the green Jeep. It's a junkyard acquisition consisting of Rusty's off-road adjustable upper and lower control arms, springs, front shocks, because the rear shocks were deckered. And I'm not so sure about whether or not this rear spring pack is in a bastard pack too, or just a very hammered pair of Rusty's springs, because they're a little bit weak in the back. I wanted to get a little more lift in the back, and the easiest and cheapest way to do that is with a add-a-leaf kit. This one's from ProComp. It consists of, I think these are 4-degree wedges. Yeah, 4-degree ProComp aluminum wedges. A pair of overload springs or helper springs, and 2 different sizes of center bolts. The reason why I'm doing that is because I have, excuse the wind noise again, I have a friend of mine from Michigan coming out to visit. He wants to go out and do some desert bombing. So I got about anywhere between 3.5 and 4.5 day itinerary planned for him out in Death Valley in the Mojave Preserve, which means we need to bring things like firewood, food, you know, enough provisions for 4 days, which means I'm going to put this thing to work, extra gas, that kind of stuff. And that weight is going to be cantilevered over the back bumper out here, and I don't want the back end sagging any more than it already does. Eventually, I probably will go ahead and get some spacers for the front to bring the front end up. If this is supposed to bring it up 1.5 to 2.5 inches, and I think that's what it says on here. It doesn't say. It's 1.5 to 2.5 inches. If it does bring it up 2.5 inches, then it's going to be really jacked up, which means I'm going to have to raise the front 1 inch. And I can do that with a spacer. So what I got to do is jack this thing up, get the tires off the ground, loosen the U-bolts, and get the truck up off the rear axle, and add that spring. So I guess there's nothing to it but just to do it. So I'll get the tires off and get these U-bolts loosened up tonight, and I'll probably finish the rest of it up tomorrow. I smell gas. That's what I'll do. All right, I'm gonna run out of battery pretty quick, but what I did notice after I got this one dropped out of the way and the center bolt ground out of the way is that top leaf is tweaked. The lift kit that I put on this Jeep came out of a junkyard off a Jeep that looked like it rolled down a mountain, literally. So these springs have probably been hammered on. Well, if you've seen the Jeep that the springs came off of, they were hammered bigly. So I'm gonna have to, I think at some point I'm gonna have to go ahead and spring for some new springs. If I keep this Jeep long enough and I'm able to do what I really want to do to this, I'm gonna end up putting a coil spring and a 4-link in the back. But that is, that's way down the road. Probably will have worn it out by then. And the other thing that I'm doing is I'm omitting the smallest bottom leaf. It's smaller than the add leaf, so I'm just going to leave it out of the pack. All right, back to work. That one's at 34 and a half, and the other side is, that side is 33 and 3/4. So I gained 3/4 of an inch. So if I'd left that other leaf in there, it would have been an inch. Muy gooder. Well, let's get a tape measure out and see how much I gained overall now that both sides are up. You know, the second one didn't take nearly as long as the first one. 35. This one's a little bit lower. 34 and 5/8. It don't look bad. I did notice, especially on the driver's side, that the spring bushings are a little bit worn. Probably should replace those, but I think if I go that far, I might as well just put new springs in it. But I don't know. Maybe I'll go look and see about some polyurethane bushings. You want a really cheap way to raise the back end of your Jeep 1 to 2 inches? Get a Pro Comp add-a-leaf kit. That looks a lot better. Instead, it doesn't look like it's doing wheelies all the time now. But that didn't take too long. I think I've been working on this exactly 45 minutes to get that second add-a-leaf in. So I think this whole project took maybe 2 hours. Not too bad. So if you found this video entertaining and informative, smash that like button, share it with your vast social media network. That's the best thing you can do to this channel. Outside of commenting in the comment section, please do that too. Tell me my ponytail looks gay or something. I don't know. Anything. Write anything in the comment section that shows engagement, and maybe YouTube will get this video out in front of some more eyes. If you haven't done so yet, please click the subscribe button and the little bell icon right next to it. That way you'll get notified of future uploads, because subscribing just isn't enough anymore. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a few ways you can do that. The cheapest thing you can do is like the video and share it with the vast social media network, but I already asked you to do that, so I won't ask you again. If you shop at Amazon, check the links in the description where you find the products and some of the tools that you see in these videos. If you shop on Amazon anyway and you don't have any interest in that stuff, use the links down there to do all your Amazon shopping. That way the channel earns a little bit of commission. If you want to throw me a couple bucks, there's PayPal. And if you want to support the channel for as little as $3 a month, there's Patreon. Check those out. See if that's something you're willing to do, and if you can, thank you in advance. If you can't afford to do those things, it probably means we're related. So until next time, you have fun, stay safe, shoot straight, keep it powder dry, have a splendid day. See you next time.